Living with Lolita, grab a notebook and a pen. It's not about where you start, but how you end. There is no topic that can't be discussed. This platform is open, no need to hush.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Lolita and welcome to another episode of Living with Lolita. Today I am here in Tampa, Florida, and I decided to give Michael Scott a visit. Thank you for joining me.
Yeah.
Excuse the background noise. We are actually in his shop today. He is the owner and operator of Mass Cuts and Designs. He has been owner for about 10 years. He's been a barber for 20.
Yeah.
So we're going to actually speak with him today about divorce, the ins and outs, the effects, and his personal experiences.
Yeah.
So first of all, I want to say thank you so much for being transparent in advance.
You're welcome.
Okay. It's not going to be too painful, I promise.
No.
But we're going to go ahead and just get right into it. First of all, I just want to know, like, what is the backstory on your marriage? You know, how you and your wife got together, how long you were married.
Yeah. We were married for about 7 years. Overall, together we've been together 14 years. So 7 in, 7 out. And we got married when we were young. I was in our 20s. I was in my mid-20s. She was in her early 20s when we got married. Got married just based on the idea of a mentor, a friend that I had that I really look up to. You know, more of like a father figure in my life. So I wanted to portray what he had with his family. And
what did you see that he had that you thought that you would have wanted?
The way they had their family set up. They went to church on Sunday. They do family gatherings and they were just very family oriented. And I always tell myself that's something I want. And I never wanted kids. I never wanted kids outside of a marriage.
Okay.
I wanted kids in the marriage.
Okay. And by the way, you have 3.
Yeah. So it was, in my mind, it just like, I just wanted one woman to really have all my kids and just take off and have a family, Yeah.
And so there's definitely nothing wrong with that. I know a lot of people get married, for that reason, for the familial aspect of things, you know. So yeah, and just to see that you had an actual example that you wanted to emulate, basically.
Right.
So yeah, I think that's pretty cool. But it obviously didn't work because we're here talking about divorce today.
No.
What happened?
Well, when I got married, I didn't know what it is to be married. I was just a young man, and she didn't know what it is to be a wife. I didn't know what it to be a husband. We didn't understand what marriage was. We just feel like, hey, we get married, that just seal the deal. You know what I mean? Like, they seal our relationship, and mostly, let's be real, we got married for status.
Oh,
that's for real. Let's be real. We say we got something. You know what I mean? Because majority of the people that was in our family, they wasn't married.
Oh.
So it was more. When I look at it, it was more of like saying we have something, instead of saying that we're gonna grow at something.
Do you think that during your marriage, though, that there were that you felt like you had to be a certain way as a husband? Though I know you didn't have real examples, but did you feel like you had to be a way? As far as, I don't know, maybe like providing for your wife or providing for your family? Well,
the thing about it is I was always grown to, my father was a wonderful provider, so I always know that being a provider is something that is a major, but other things I did not know, which caused more devastation.
Things like what?
Like, okay, I did not know what it is. I did not really know what it is to really lead a woman. I did not really know what it is to be a foundation. We always thought that a man is the head. But we never understand what it is to be a foundation. You know what I mean? Just because you a head don't mean you in control.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
That's
and
right.
Just because you the head don't mean that you gonna have your family to stay ahead or to get ahead. So these are the things I had to realize that there's more to this. And through my journey of being married, I learned a lot.
Well, at least you learned. At least you learned.
You have to learn.
Yeah. But do you think, like, during your marriage, though, that there were things that, because at some point it was rocky or maybe unsteady or to the, it was on the brink of divorce before you actually got it. So what happened?
Let's put it like this. Before we got married, our relationship was rocky anyways. Let's be real. It just, because we young.
Yeah.
Yeah, we young. We had fights. We have arguments. And there were signs there. Probably was signs I was giving her and she was giving me signs. But let's be real, we ignoring the signs.
You just
So because we keep going, all we have in our head is that we're gonna be together. We have something, no matter what. So we were very ignorant.
Yeah.
What I mean? So in the process of all of that, then now we got together and said we're gonna get married. And when we get married, now everything that we did before we got married, it just got highlighted. It magnified. The arguments got worse.
Yep.
The fight got deeper. You know what I mean? Even things that was done behind the scenes start really coming to the light. So it's like, well, what is this?
So let's talk about that though. Like, what happened behind the scenes?
Well,
that started surfacing.
Well, let's be real. People start having infidelity. You know what I'm saying? You start cheating. We say, you talking to somebody. And you paying other people attention, giving other people attention. And stuff like that. And it stir up a whole bunch of jealousy and insecurities.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm not gonna lie to you. This is real, and I'm being vulnerable right now.
Please.
And let you understand that a lot of people are insecure in their marriage. I was. I was insecure in my marriage.
I was too.
I felt like there are times I feel like I was never really man enough for her. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not really strong for this position that I have.
Did she make you feel that way, or did you just?
Yes, there are times she made me feel that way, and there are times myself think that, So yeah.
Do you just feel like you just weren't making her happy? Like how did you feel that she may have felt that way, or why did you feel that way?
Well, first of all, it's certain things that she was saying to me.
Like what?
You didn't let me feel. You didn't give me that support that I need. You more like, you look to me more to gain instead of growth. So if you like, you say things that's very hard, for some man. You talk to me like I'm a child.
Almost demasculated.
Yeah. You degrade me, you put me down. Stuff like that. It's kind of, kind of a little touchy talking about stuff like, because it's hard. Let's be real, because I know that a lot of men out there going through that right now. And we got to play hard to try to shrug it off, but really inside we are falling to pieces.
And I'm not gonna lie, because I will admit I do have a sharp tongue. I had a sharp tongue in my marriage. So there was probably some things that I said myself.
Yeah.
That was probably demasculating. You know what I'm saying? Instead of me using my words, as they say in kindergarten, instead of using my words, it was like, this is the way I have to try to get it.
Right.
I guess make you understand.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it is hard for the opposite person to accept that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, no, I get that. But do you think there was anything on her side that she probably could have did, or anything that you could have did differently?
When we were married.
Before you got the divorce.
Before I got divorced, looking back, what could I did differently? Really ask for help. I think a lot of people are very prideful when they come into with their marriage. They don't want nobody to come in. They don't want nobody to help them out. Is this my marriage? Get out my business. But really, your business is causing a whole bunch of devastation around you. So let's be real. You need help.
And I'm gonna say this, like, for me in my marriage, I asked him, like, hey, can we go to counseling? Because, something is off. You know what I'm saying? Like, we need to try to fix this, because I don't really want to get a divorce. But in my head, I knew, like, look, if he's not going to go, I can help myself all day. Right. You know what I'm saying? But I can't help you if you're not willing to help yourself. Right. You know what I'm saying? And he didn't want to do that at that point in time. He didn't want to do that till after the fact.
Right.
So it was just like, okay, well, now it's too late. I don't want to do it anymore.
Right. So. But here's the thing that I learned, though, Lo, is that people, because I saw this in my own self. Like, at first, we didn't want to go to people that we did not know
Mm-hmm.
for help.
Yep, that was.
So we rather
that
go to
was
people
it.
that we know
Mm-hmm.
for help. And a lot of people that we know, let's be real, a lot of them are they have favoritism. It's biased.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna be biased with you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So what happened is when you come down to us now, like, okay, this is hitting it. We are about to be totally separated from each other now. It's coming to the end. Now we trying to like, okay, can we patch this up? How can they patch it up? So now we rather go see and sit down in front of somebody
Yeah.
that we don't know.
Mm-hmm. Right. And spill your guts. Like,
Yes. You know what I mean?
Right. Mm-hmm.
And these people, let's be real, a lot of them just for a check.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing that I realized, because when I went through trying to restore my marriage, trying to get my marriage before we actually go to the phase of divorce or go through the process of divorce, I went to counseling. I went to anger management because I was very angry. I have a quick temper. I was very quick temper. I was quick to cuss, fight. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I was abusive a little bit. I'm not a woman beater. Let me get that straight. I'm not a woman beater, but there are times that she would push me. She would push me. She would say things. You know, you come in my face. You just like do stuff to really, okay, I'm gonna snap now. You know, and it leads to that, and it leads to worse things. You know, and going to jail. You know, and all kind of stuff like that. Now you got to go to anger management. You got to go through all these processes to just trying to recover,
And that's a
and
process.
hope in through the recovery that it will also help y'all help about the marriage. You know what I mean? But to me, I just realized some of that process some of the stuff that we go through with that, it just to show us that, hey, this is not it.
Right. Right.
It's not it. Seriously.
Divorce is hard.
Yeah, it
Divorce
is.
hard.
But you know, you just need help.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, I don't think there's anything wrong with that, but I'm sure that, well, let me ask this question. Do you think that you would get married again?
Oh, definitely. I will. I will get married. Reason why I would get married now, because number one, I truly come to understand what it is to be married. You know, and I just want to say this: you gonna get married, this is the thing that you need. Okay, you don't need love. And I know it sounds weird, because many people marry for love, or they marry in the name of love. But if you marry in the name of love, then why when you get divorced? Why you not divorcing in the name of love?
Yeah.
A lot of people say that when even in divorce, and you go in front of counsel, you know, you tell the counselor, counsel asks her, why are y'all getting divorced? Do you love him? And she's like, yeah, I love him. Do you love her? Yeah, I love her. But see, the thing is, love is not what keep a marriage together. Love,
that's right.
Love is not what keep a marriage together. Love is what it does. What love do in a marriage is highlight the marriage. But the knowledge, it is the knowledge of you, the individual, come together and sharing that knowledge with each other is that what makes the marriage.
Yeah. Absolutely. Amen. Amen. I like that. I like that.
That's what made the marriage.
Yeah.
Marriage only good as the two eggs.
Yeah. Okay.
It's like an omelet. It only good as the two eggs.
Yeah. I'm scrambled. Yeah. But no, that's good. That is really good.
Yeah.
But what do you think? Because, okay, so I want to backtrack really fast.
Go ahead.
You did say y'all had kids.
Yeah.
Do you think that affected the kids?
Definitely.
And how so?
Definitely. Man, listen, it affects them mentally, emotionally, physically, seriously, and relationally. It really affects them. I see that with my kids. I see it from my oldest down to my youngest. Especially my oldest, because she was more alert. She was more aware of what's going on. She heard the argument. She sees some of the fights. You know, she hear the manipulation. She heard the lies. She is like, wow. So just imagine everything she took in. And remember now, their first education of relationship is in the house.
Yeah.
So that's what we were teaching my daughter, how to be in a relationship. But thank God for deliverance. And a second chance to turn things around. You know what I'm saying? And to really enlighten your kids and let your kids know that there's a better way. And you can't be too prideful as a parent to let your kids know that, hey, I was wrong. I was wrong about how I dealt with your mom. I was wrong on how, I might dealt with your dad and stuff like it. You got to be real. And I believe that a lot of parents have a hard time just being honest with their kids when it comes down to their personal life. and what they've been through.
It's definitely hard. It is definitely hard. But I did have to apologize to my kids and just let them know, like, look, the example that I gave you was not a good example at all. Like, this is not how you're supposed to be as a husband, you know. And even when you're a wife, you know, when you're like yelling and screaming and throwing stuff, and you know, because I remember at one point in time I threw a set. He made me so mad. Like, he said something to me. We were arguing and he walked away, and I picked up a bunch of keys, like some keys on a key ring, and I threw it at the back of his head. And no, seriously, and it gashed like the back of his head. And I'm almost positive to this day he probably still has that scar on the back of his head. But it's a reminder, you know what I'm saying? It's like, man, it's not like I'm happy about what I did, but there was a lot of things, and I can't even tell you at that point in time if I did that in front of the kids or not. All I can remember, I think I was in the bedroom and he was walking out of the bedroom. So I don't know if the kids were on the outside and saw the keys hit his head. I don't know, but it happened. You know what I'm saying? And I feel so bad about that, but I also, like I said, had to sit my kids, or like you were saying, had to sit my kids down, and we had to have this discussion. Like, look, you can't be flying off the deep end. You know what I'm saying? And hitting people in the head.
No. Listen, let me tell you what happened one time. I had a similar situation like that. We driving.
And let me say this: we can laugh at it now because we have.
We're
on the other side.
We on the other side of the river. You hear me?
So go ahead.
So no, and what happened there? We was one particular time we driving home. I was picking up we pick our kids up from our moms, and we going home. So we end up in a big argument. So we fighting on the road while we driving. I'm serious. It's that, and we got the kids in the back.
Gonna kill all y'all.
You see what I'm saying? Because guess what we're arguing about? And the things that we're arguing about is stuff that's been going on. Been going on.
But things fester up, and you cannot move past those things.
Right.
Exactly.
And that's how murder occurred.
Yes.
That's how even, you know, it's sad to say, even some more drastic things that can occur. You know what I mean? Like, hey, doing things like even... Like, how can I say this in a way without scaring the people off? You know what I'm saying?
Be real with them. They grown. Be real.
No, even to the point that you want to torture them. You know, torture
That's how I
them
feel like
to a
it's
point of
happening
control.
to me. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and strip things from you. You know what I mean? Like, what is this? You know, so it's get crazy. It really get crazy. That's why I say, well, if you going through issues and things that's going on in your marriage that leading to divorce, the best thing I can tell you to do, get help immediately, so nothing drastic won't happen like murder, because it does happen.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
It does happen. People kill people. It's happening every day.
I'm sorry. No, I mentioned in my last episode that there was an instance where, you know, a gun was pulled out. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, like I definitely could have lost my life that day, or like I was saying before, my sister or my son. You know, like we could have lost our life because somebody was not. I'm gonna say wrapped too tight. I use those terms. You know what I'm saying?
We get crazy.
And because he was so angry. You know what I'm saying? But it was more about, I guess, me leaving than anything. You know what I'm saying? But so you want to shoot me?
Yeah.
Because at that point in time, you probably would have shot me or my sister or my son, then you would have been in prison. So you want to lose your whole life because you're angry right now in this moment? Yeah. Like, you can't get past, and it's not like I was even your first wife. I'm your second wife. You know what I'm saying? So if it's not working for you, you might need to go and speak to somebody. You know what I'm saying? Because the problem can't always be somebody else.
Right.
You can't be there, just point the finger and be like, okay, well, I'm going to retaliate. I'm going to get you back. You know what I'm saying?
But Lo, check this out. And what you're saying is so true. But here's the thing that I realized that comes over a lot of men. Because we're speaking from a man's perspective now. A lot of men feel like, if I can't have you, nobody else will. So they get this possessive mindset now. So then now they want to like control every move. So they would strip credit cards and strip every, you know, trying to take the car. They do everything. And guess what? And it's vice versa somewhat too. I ain't gonna lie. I'll be like a woman, do a little bit more. No, a little bit more cleaner. You know what I mean? More slick. You know what I mean? But a man, they of course they just come in and want to be just like So it's more taking full possession of you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And instead of really looking at, hey, things are happening here. I'm losing control.
Yep.
So if I'm losing control, how can I gain back control without going so far out of control?
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I just really believe that that's something that I realized that come over the mindset of a man, or that's a spirit that come upon man. And a lot of them don't believe that, but it's true.
Yeah. No, a lot of them don't believe that.
And when they believe that they can't have you, nobody else will, that's a danger. When a man say that, that's very dangerous.
It is.
Because it lead up to murder.
Mm-hmm.
I'm serious.
Mm-hmm.
It's real.
No, it is. It is so real. But
Okay.
do you think, like, after your divorce, after the divorce, I'm sorry, there's a little background music in the back from on the other side of the shop, but after your divorce, do you think that you have forgiven her? Because I know both of y'all did things in your marriage,
Listen.
you know what I'm saying? And I know you hurt each other.
Yeah, we did. You know, at first I did. Let's be real. I had a hard time forgiving her. You know, listen, let me tell you why I have a hard time forgiving her. This is stuff that she did. The lies that you told. You know, I did some investigation myself. You know, I ain't gonna become my own detective. You know, I ain't gonna be, let's be real. Because, let's be real. Because when you find out something's going on and you know something's going on, but you can't put your hands on it.
Yes.
So you gotta go do your own detective work. And when you go do your own detective work, you discover some stuff that can really break your heart and even position your heart to hate.
Yes. Yes.
Like, man, I hate you. You just don't know how much I hate you. You know what I'm saying? And let's be real. If it's possible, I would kill you. You know? Seriously, because it's that strong. Because you invested so much. And how this person did this deceptiveness to you. That make you like, whoa, you were doing this?
You know how many times
You told me you need money for the kids, but you took this money you took this money I'm giving you for you and your boyfriend to go parlay.
Oh.
Yeah, you see what I'm talking about?
No, that stings. It
You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. No, let's be real. 'Cause, look, I'm getting to your blood raw here.
No, go ahead.
Because these are some of the stuff that a lot of people out here going through. You know what I'm saying? You take the child support that or the money that I'm giving you to even help the household, you taking it now and go do other things with it to fancy yourself up to be somebody catch while you already caught. You know what I'm saying?
Not why you already caught.
Yeah.
Yes.
You got somebody already. Why you getting all this here for who? For somebody else?
Yep.
You know? So it's stuff like that that really get a person to not want to forgive. You know what I'm saying? Because let's be real, I keep mentioning the money issue because money play a major issue in divorce as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Let's be real. Because when it comes down to when we fighting to be separated now guess what? It comes down to money. And that play another part.
Yep.
Especially if you got assets together.
Yeah.
And the way they go about dealing with the asset. It's like every step you make to trying to get out of this process, it make you want to hate them and unforgive them more.
Yeah.
And not forgive them. You know what I'm saying? Seriously. But here's the thing. You have to forgive.
Absolutely.
You have to forgive. And I'm not going to lie to you. I had to come to a point that I had to forgive me. And the point and how I came to forgive me, I had to come to a point that I have to be by myself. I had to get to a place by myself. And I thank God that God opened up a door for me to get by myself because and I'm happening that went through all that we were going through the separation, not the divorce itself yet. It's just the separation part. And that's one of the dangerous part. Let's be real. It's the separation part.
Yeah.
You know, because a situation happened, I ended up going to jail. And when I go to jail, I couldn't go back to the house. So since I couldn't go back to the house, I ended up being homeless.
Oh, jeez.
You know what I'm saying? And let me be by being. I wasn't like out there in the streets and nothing. Is you not at your home? Because there's different type of homeless. I was not in my home. So what happened? I was sleeping in my business. I was sleeping in my barbershop. Until one day, a family member discovered that and told me to come onto the house. And I was sleeping on the floor at my sister's house. And from there, my brother took me and put me into a place. And shout out to my brother. You know, I love him for that, because I was really on my face, and he gave me a place to really like, hey man, get yourself together.
Yeah.
And by me coming to a place where I can really get myself together, that's when God started to really deal with me. Actually, I started to deal with me. In the process, God is dealing with me. You gotta go, it's me and God, me and myself. And through there, I start to figure out that, hey, you need to really forgive this woman, and you need to start forgiving yourself. You know what I'm saying? Seriously. So
and look where you are now.
Yeah. It's a journey. It's a journey. And if you going through a process of separation to divorce, it's a journey. It's a journey. It's not forever. It's a journey, but you have to push. Do not stay there, because if you stay there, you're gonna become very bitter. And let me tell you, nobody wants to be around bitterness. Just like no one want to eat something bitter. No one want to be around somebody bitter. You know, so you got to push through, get through that. Because when you get through it, trust me, there's light, there's fun, there's another life after divorce.
Yes.
There's truly life after divorce.
Now, how are you feeling after divorce?
I'm feeling good. I'm free. Listen, and let me tell you this. I don't hate my ex-wife. I really don't. I love her. I pray for her. You know, I help her the best way I can. You know what I'm saying? But I just learned my boundaries. You gotta learn boundaries.
Exactly.
You just gotta learn boundaries. You know what I mean? But besides from that, man, I'm happy. I'm happy where I'm at. I'm growing. I'm moving.
Like that.
Business is growing. Money is coming.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Got somebody around looking at me.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Thank
man.
you for being
Yeah,
transparent. Thank you
yeah.
for sharing your testimony.
Yeah.
I'm sure that this did help a lot of people. I just wanted to give y'all a men's perspective, so I hope that this helped. I hope that y'all got something out of it. This was fantastic. But before I go, I do want to mention that not only is Michael Scott the owner of Mass Cuts and Designs, he is actually a pastor, hence why we're dressed like this today. Because he actually preached a great sermon earlier this morning. It was fantastic. So I want to thank you for that. Thank you for welcoming me. Thank you for dropping these nuggets. I appreciate it. So thank you so much.
Yeah. Before we go, if you don't mind me telling the people.
Tell the people.
This year, if there's something to really think about, you know, seriously, just take accountability. Just take accountability of you.
Yes.
Don't take accountability of your action. You can't really take accountability of other people's action. You just got to take accountability of your actions and really make up in your mind that you want change. If you want something to change, then you have to initiate it.
Yes.
You have to engage it. You know, nothing changes if you have tolerance. You know, whatever you tolerate, it will never change. Seriously. Whatever you play with will never go nowhere. So you can't keep yourself in limbo. You can't keep yourself stagnant. You have to really push. And I really believe that if you hear me, seriously, if you truly hear me, look at me, push and push through.
Yes.
And if you push through, you will get through. And once you get through, then you have a wonderful breakthrough.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I love you,
oh my
man.
God.
Love
I'm
you,
so
love
glad that I was able to stop by today and that you were able to speak to me.
Yes.
And speak to the viewers.
Yeah.
But I guess that's it for now, y'all. Please stay tuned for the next episode of Living with Lolita. It's going to be fantastic. But I hope, like I said, that y'all got something out of this today. It was amazing. So thank you so much.
I'll support my girl, man.
Glad. No, come support him. If y'all are ever in Tampa, make sure y'all come to Mass Cuts and Designs in Tampa, Florida. Okay?
Yes.
Better yet, come on a Sunday morning for church because he holds it here for now. Until he gets his building.
Yes.
And on Monday nights he has Bible study.
Yes.
From 7 to 9. If you all need the Zoom link, send me a message. I have the Zoom link. I usually log on Mondays, so it's usually from 7 to 9, like I said. So. Anything else for the people?
No,
because you done gave them a lot.
I know I did.
You gave them a lot.
I just want to speak love and peace and blessings to everyone.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for joining me. Thank you for living with Lolita. Until next time, I'll see y'all soon. Bye.
Her experience has created a safe place. One time with living with Lolita is all it will take. One time with living with Lolita is all it will take. Living with Lolita, living with Lolita, living with Lolita is all it will take.